Sometimes the reason your intentions don't move is because of the energy you let into your life. Drama, gossip, and complaining can quietly take over your focus and weigh down your vibration. In this episode, I'll show you how these habits are holding your manifestation hostage and what you can do to protect your energy so things can flow effortlessly. Let's cue the reel. A lot of the time, we don't even notice how much energy around us is being pulled into drama, gossip, and complaining. I spent years immersed in that space, and it wasn't until I stepped away for a really long time that I realized how heavy it had been, how it shaped the way I felt and the choices that I made. You're listening to Cue the Real, a podcast about manifestation and the energy behind the life we're creating. I'm your host, Lindsay Brand. And we're here to dig into the patterns that either keep us stuck or help us move into alignment with what we really want. Over time, I made a conscious decision to complain as little as possible. I can't remember when I decided to do that. I want to say maybe like 2020 or so. And it didn't come easy at first, let me tell you. I started really noticing just how much I was complaining. Those were COVID times where I was home and spent a good deal of time alone or just able to look at what was going on in my life without being flustered or having my mind just constantly swarming with what I needed to do next with work. Fast forward to today, in my household now, that energy is almost non-existent, and I've stopped surrounding myself with people and friends who live in a complaining space. The shift for me isn't just about avoiding negativity. It's about creating space for focus, clarity, and the flow of intention. When you remove the weight, you notice how much easier it becomes to move through your day with energy that actually aligns with what you want, instead of focusing on all the things that you don't want or don't like. At dinner one time, I was with a group of people and I noticed someone was starting to edge into wanting to gossip. The conversation began to shift toward someone across the room, someone we didn't even know, who had made a very small choice, and others started judging it, and the energy started to feel heavy and just cringy to me. At first, I tried subtle cues and gentle redirections, but the hints kept coming that there was going to be like a big outburst of judgment. And after a few moments, I had to just set a clear boundary. I decided to do that intentionally. And I reminded that person that we're here to enjoy the evening, and that continuing in the direction that they were going was going to take away from the experience and ruin the night. And it was slightly awkward because this person was older and someone I respect, but maintaining that boundary immediately shifted the energy of our group. So many times people get into a place or a habit and it becomes their personality because no one checks them, no one challenges them, no one questions what they're doing, asks them why they're doing it, or puts it into focus for them when they're zoomed in and need perspective. For this person, it took me 3 to 4 times of saying, "Please stop," in a kind way before I told them they would literally ruin the dinner we were having, and that's what finally made them stop. And we ended up just leaving after that anyway. Though setting that precedent not only preserved the energy of the evening, but also made them think about what they were doing. And moments like this show how protecting your energy isn't confrontational every time. It's creating the space for focus, clarity, and alignment with your intentions. If that's not the space that you want to be in, and someone is taking you there, then you can let them know that that's not where you want to go. And if they're going to go there, you're not going to go there with them. Dealing with any gossip, drama, or constant complaining starts with awareness. The first step is noticing when energy around you is pulling you into tension or distraction or a place of discomfort. There's a reason drama feels so delicious. It's exciting. It gives a thrill. I get it. I feel it too. The question is whether you have the self-control to step away from something that is so seductive and tempts you. Now, don't get me wrong. There are times when it's necessary to discuss topics that bring in negativity. We can't avoid it entirely. What matters is not letting that energy consume you. You can step into it, talk about it, stay in a positive mindset and address what you need to, and then pull yourself out of it. Step all the way out and back into alignment with your intentions. Once you recognize and are aware of the energy and your role in it, you can choose how to respond rather than reacting automatically. Sometimes that means gently shifting the conversation, redirecting attention, or stepping away for a moment to reset your own energy. It also means being conscious of the spaces and people you allow into your life. Over time, I've shaped my environment intentionally. In my household, complaining is minimal, and I surround myself with people who operate from clarity and alignment. This doesn't mean avoiding reality or difficult topics. It means choosing where your attention flows and protecting the energy you bring into the world. When you make these choices consistently, you create a space where your focus, clarity, and intentions can flourish. And when you step away from drama, gossip, and complaining, your energy locks into clarity and flow. Decisions will feel easier, focus feels effortless, and the momentum you create carries forward into everything you do. Energy you protect moves freely, letting your intentions expand. Every choice you make, when to engage, when to redirect, when to step back, shapes the space around you. And over time, your environment and the people you surround yourself with start reflecting the level of clarity and alignment you hold. Your focus, presence, and actions push your desires into reality. And who knows, maybe you're going to challenge someone and they'll be like, you know what, you're right. I shouldn't be in that space, or I shouldn't be saying that thing. Be the example. I know that sounds really cliche, but honestly, most of the time people learn who they want to be by seeing something that they want. So be kind. Step away if something gets uncomfortable and you don't want to be a part of it. Be the example that other people can follow so that they can be brave as well in social situations. This week, I want you to take a moment and really notice the energy that's around you. When you walk into a place, how does it make you feel? When you run into someone, how does it make you feel when you're talking to them? Does it feel like that's where you should be? Does it feel like the energy is good? You might catch yourself in a situation where gossip or complaining starts creeping in, or maybe someone else's drama hits you out of nowhere, and I want you to notice how it feels and how it pulls your attention. Sometimes the easiest thing is just to step back, or gently shift the conversation, or even just let it pass without getting wrapped up in it. Let the person just get it out and then move on. I've seen how small choices like that completely change the mood and vibe of a room, the vibe in your day, even how things start showing up in your life. When you start protecting your energy, you notice things unfolding more smoothly. Life feels lighter, and it's easier to stay connected to what you actually want instead of drifting out into these other places that really aren't what you're interested in. Manifestation is about how you move through the world, the energy that you carry, and the little choices that you make every day add up into a full day, into a week, into a month, into a year. Pay attention to that. Pay attention to who you're becoming, and things start shifting in ways you wouldn't expect. If you have lived through a situation like this lately, or have a friend that you need to talk to about how their energy is affecting you, leave it in the comments. Writing things down can help immensely. Lastly, leave a review if you haven't already. It helps the show grow and get in front of more people who need to hear these messages to make the progress that they want to in their life. Remember, your energy isn't just yours to carry. It's the soil where everything you want grows. Guard it fiercely.